Hello, everyone. This is Perturbed Koala, and I am here. Perturbed Koala slash High Clyde doesn't really matter. High Clyde over at twitch.tv slash High Clyde, and here on YouTube, we're going to be going as Perturbed Koala. Anyways, I just wanted to show off this game. It's called Stoneshard, and I'm actually going to turn up the volume a little bit because I did a test thing. Maybe not that much. Maybe we'll do like 85. And you know what? If it's going to be a little bit weird, it's going to be a little weird. There's nothing we can do about it. So, this is Stoneshard. It is a new game on Steam, early access. Roguelike dungeon crawler. Very, very fun. Very hard. It is old school D&D. You know, like, you have to keep track of where you are on the map. Like, it doesn't show you anything. Like, you can only save when you go to sleep. So, if you die somewhere, you have to start all the way back over. Now, at first, when I heard that, I was like, maybe that's not for me, because that's going to be a little bit frustrating, and it can be. But if you take this game seriously and you think about how they set it up and you play it like as if you were a person, because the game, when you go through the tutorial, actually gives you a little thing that says like, oh, you're only a guy in the world. You're not a hero. You're not a chosen one. So you will die just as easily as anyone else. And you definitely get that feeling as you play through the game. But yeah, enough about that. Let's try and like do a few things here, so I can show it off a little bit. So my character is the ranger. There's 4 characters currently. You play through the game. You start with a prologue where you play as a different protagonist, and you kind of get a little bit of an insight into what's going on. And then you get to pick your character. This is early access, and the developers want to make sure that it's very clear that they're still working hard on it, and this is the bare minimum features right now, and they're still working on adding a lot of stuff to it. And if you get into the early access, they may end up sending out patches that will erase your save, so you'd have to start over. So keep that in mind if you want to join on this early. But you get to play it early. Excuse me. So, I'm here. I'm actually in the second town, and it's a little bit spoilerish, but I really don't think there's too much of a spoiler situation for this. So, right now, we're in this town right here called Manshire. You'll start here in Osbrook. From there, you'll kind of build your character up. You'll do different quests and stuff. You'll see that there's little camps and things here. These are normally question marks on your map. Different points of interest like this. And they can be camps, they can be bandits, they can be a couple different things. I'm not entirely sure because this game is also procedurally generated, so your map might not look like mine. It's going to look, however your game decides to build your map. And so you have places like these dungeons like Bastion Jormus, Fortress Danbane, we got Forlorn Burial, Dead Man's Grin, and they're saying like average, danger low, danger average. It's because it gives you kind of an idea based on your level and based on your experience if you'll be able to handle it. And currently, my character's pretty powerful. That's the reason I'm doing this video. I didn't feel comfortable doing it early in because I didn't have a whole lot of experience. But I've been playing the game for like 2 days now. I'm probably about 6 hours in or so. I think there's about 10 to 15 hours of content in the game, so I'm almost done with the early access version. And I'm going to go back through and play as some of the other characters. So there's a ranger, a sorcerer, a warrior, and then like a knight, which is kind of like a mixer class. And then you'll have the ability to create a character once the game fully comes out. But in the meantime, those are the 4. Excuse me. We still got the whole coronavirus situation going on right now. It's big. Hoping I'm not getting sick from that, but you never know. So, but I'm fairly young, so hopefully, at the very least, it'll be quick. Anyways, we're gonna go and do a quest, just to kind of show off this game a little bit. There's a few things about the game that you kind of that I should probably go over. Everything is documented, so you have your character here. You got like all of your stats and stuff. So if you're a big stat person, this is gonna be huge for you. I enjoy Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a little bit like this, kind of shows you your different stats, things like that. But this goes really in depth. You have to pay attention to each of your body parts. You could apply bandages to get rid of bleeding, healing salves to just heal up a little bit, apply a splint if you have a broken injury. You can perform surgery to fix certain, like if it's really bad. You can even apply leeches to like pull out some of, like if you get intoxicated, because you can take certain medications that may heal you, but it will also intoxicate you. And with intoxication comes certain debuffs. and then you also start with certain things as well. I went with the ranger because I feel like in this game, range is just like God, basically. Like if you have range, as long as you spec into it and you do a really good job with that, you're gonna find yourself doing pretty well. Like I've been doing pretty well here. I think I've put the game into a little closer into an easy mode. Sorry, my throat's been messed up, so I may have a lot of voice cracking throughout this. So, do you need a mercenary? I've got work to do. Stolen Grimoire and Mysterious Glow. Which one would you like to hear about? Let's do the Stolen Grimoire. Just the other day, the magistrate sent us a bounty on the head of Asgonoth the Mad, a heretic and a necromancer. Apparently, he stole some book from a nobleman in Bryn, so now there's a manhunt. We managed to find where he's hiding at, the Black Crypt. Folks fear he must be plotting something nasty, so there's no time to waste. If you put the villain to death and bring the book back, you'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Help us out and do the magistrate a favor. Alright, I'll do it. Now, first thing I want to say is that us going into this, there's no guarantee that we're going to actually survive. You know, I feel pretty confident with my character and my skills that I have going on, and you'll get to see some of these as I get closer to, we'll do combat and all that. Try not to just sit here and talk too much and talk your ear off, but there's a lot of explanation I have to kind of get through to really get you understanding about this game, because I was really turned off from it, and I'm so glad that I actually played it and got it for $15, not too bad. I have had so much fun, and I cannot wait till the full game comes out. So we have different merchants. Got your, this is a bar where you can like go in there, you can have like a bed where you can sleep in, that's where you can save. You have your blacksmiths down here, and each merchant has like their own specialization. So you have like your blacksmiths, you have your tailors, you have your healers, you have whatever, and you want to sell particular items to particular people based on that, because for better prices and whatnot. Because the idea of this game is to go to dungeons, get a bunch of stuff, destroy the things, the bad guys, get loot, come back, sell your loot, get better stuff, and then just go back and do it. And that's kind of the central gameplay loop, and then also unravel the story that they have going on in the background, which is very interesting, which I don't really want to spoil too much of, because it's really one of those things that you want to play the prologue, and like there's a voice acting and everything. It's amazing in the prologue, and I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of that added later on, but at least for now in early access, this is what we have. Oh my god, sorry. Alright, so they want us to go to the Black Crypt. What we're going to do is we're going to look at our map here. The Black Crypt. He's marked it for us on our map. It is average danger. We're here in Manshire, so that means we have to go up 1 square, and then we need to go 1, 2, 3 over. And you'll see how that works here in just a second. So let's just head out. First of all, before you head out, you want to check your inventory. So the inventory is kind of a lot like, Resident Evil, Diablo, those kind of games where you're kind of like doing like a Tetris style, trying to like figure out which is the best way to like make your inventory work so that you can fit the most stuff in it. And this is some things that I can find to be frustrating, but also very satisfying. Like being able to fit something in just perfectly in the right spot. Is something. There's just something very satisfying about it, and making it like nice and neat like that. I really enjoy it. But if you'll notice, we only have five arrows, and we can have a total of 20. So we should probably go pick up some of those. And the person you'll go to, this is my first time in this town. Like I literally just got to this town, so I'm still kind of learning it myself. Oh God! I have never seen that before, so that was crazy. There should be a carpenter around here. There he is. So the little carpenter has this little axe chopping wood thing here. Okay, I think there's a chance that we can hit by lightning. I've never seen that before. So he can sell us your bows, your arrows, your normal ranger equipment, Ooh, they even have like some shield type stuff over here. See, like this, like I was saying, it's my first time in the new town, so like this is all new good stuff. Because the town I was in, they had similar things, but it was like, your starting tutorial town where you're not going to have some of the best stuff. But as you can see, the prices on these, 4,800, 14 right there. You're going to have to start saving up, because I only have 335 right now. And you can make a lot of money quickly. I mean, doing the quests and stuff, generally the quests will give you between 300 and 500 gold. And then you can also sell things, for a decent amount. And you can also like get like enchantment scrolls to enchant certain things. So like each of my equipment here, I went through and enchanted it to add like an extra little thing. I'm sure if you've played an RPG or Skyrim or anything like this, but I'm kind of just trying to cover all the bases in case you're just totally fresh into this. But we do need to buy some arrows from this man, so we'll do that. We also have to keep track of our hunger and our food meter. So we have, if we look in our character here, our hunger, the level of your character's hunger increases over time depending on your activity and actions. When reaching 25, 50, and 75%, it produces a negative effect. And you'll notice that because it'll pop up on these little top things up here. So right now I have optimism. So I'm believing myself, believing yourself is the most important thing. So he believes in himself, so I have a little bit of extra boosts. I'm vigorous from having a good night's sleep, so I'm having a little bit of extra energy for about 766 turns, which is for each step is 1 turn. And all of the NPCs, creatures, anything in the game, it's just like Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Everything moves 1 tile at the same time, and they each take turns. And the prologue kind of goes through that pretty well, but I kind of wanted to skip the prologue just because, like, everyone's doing the prologue. I want to show a little bit more of the game, you know? So let's go out and let's do a high-level mission here. This would be something you'd probably start doing, 6 or 7 hours in. I'm pretty, like, I've finished all of the quests in Osbrook. You don't necessarily have to do that, but I just went ahead and did them all so I could try and get as many levels as possible. I also went through and, like, did all of the points of interest besides this one, just because I haven't gotten to it because I just got to Manshire. And, yeah, I mean, this is basically all we have to work with currently. And I'm pretty sure the Abbey of the Holy Revelations can have something to do with the end game. But I think right now I basically would be considered mid-game of the early access version. And I'm basically almost done. But yeah, let's head to the Black Crypt and stop talking. Okay, so I'm right here. I need to go... Let's actually just go to the right. No, the left. Left 1, 2, 3, and up 1. So let's head that way. Because talking about the game's great. But it's not until you get on there and start actually playing it and getting things set up that you actually start realizing, like, this is actually pretty fun. The combat is some of the best I've ever played in turn-based. I like how the little bouncing that they do when they walk. I don't know if that animation is going to change or if that's just what how they want to go about it, but I think it's cool. It reminds me of South Park. So we're just going to keep going this way. And if you'll notice, if I pull up my map here, you also have, like, your little thing down here that keeps track of all the stuff that's going on. So Derwin uses map. And that is the character's name. You don't get to really put your name in until you can create your own character. But so we just moved over. So we should be in this field right here. There's no indication of where you're at. So you can get lost. And trust me, you can die very easily. Especially if, like, you get surrounded by wolves. You get attacked by a bear. People can ambush you. I had 4 guys attack me when I was heading up here. I did manage to kill them all. But it was rough. Most of the time, I'd say you wouldn't be able to kill 4 guys all at once, at least in this early build. That was rough, and I played it very well. And I should have picked up some more food before we left. That was another thing. But so yeah, you're gonna need to have the hunger and food. So, like, right now, my little thing popped up here saying that I'm having light dehydration. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink a little bit, and then we're gonna keep moving. Oh my god, the thunderbolt every time freaking freaks me out, dude. Okay, so we should be 2 squares over. I'm trying to keep track of this as best I can, because if you don't, you can get lost so easily, and then that's it. And then you're back to your last save, which means that could be hours of gameplay. And so that's what you want to make sure you come back, like, do things incrementally. If you have to go to a dungeon, do, like, the first floor of the dungeon, and then head back so that you don't die. Go all the way back to town, save, and then come back just so you can incrementally progress. Then that's what you got to do. However, if I look at my quests here, we do have a time limit, so you can't totally cheese the game on that. You can't just go, come back, go, come back, go, come back, because if you don't do it in a certain amount of time, you will fail the quest, and I have failed a couple of them. These are my first quests. The very first quest they ever give you is supposed to be the Hapless Peasant, but I went ahead and did the Lost Relic, which was way too hard for me when I was a level 0, I think, and I just got completely destroyed, and I could not do it. Same thing happened with this one. So what I would recommend is when you first get the game, after you finish the prologue, do a little bit of, like, running around, killing some bandits, kill some, like, wolves or something, sell some pelts, and try to get yourself leveled before you go out to do the first quest. Let's check the map again, because I'm forgetting already. So we should be here. We need to go 1 more and then 1 more up. So we'll go through this. We'll head up here. I don't even know if you guys can actually hear the volume or not. I can see if... That's probably fine. If there's no volume for this one, then it's not a big deal, but... I mean, the game right now doesn't have a whole lot of music or anything. The only kind of sound we're going to be hearing is just the little footprints, like a tick, 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 tick. And I'm just letting it go through my speaker system instead of recording the audio, just because I wanted to see how the bleed through sounds, if it's better, if it'll work. Normally I wouldn't do that, but it's, you know, it is what it is. So we're out here. Check our map. We should be there at the Black Crypt. So let's slowly move here so we don't, because as you move up you'll open up more space, as you can see with the map how it has this kind of like black dots. That's kind of like your vision circles. So like someone, if they're standing like behind this rock, I wouldn't be able to see them, so that's why it's blacked out. But if I were to like move to like try to get a better angle, then you can kind of see around the rock and then it disappears. And I've always found, I think that's pretty cool. But we're gonna need to try and figure out where the entrance is to this Black Crypt. Here it is. So let's head in here. Alright, we're in the Black Crypt. Finish that part. Now we have to kill the Necromancer and find the Grimoire. So let's see what this is. So we got some crowns. That's our money. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we're getting a little hungry. So it's our hunger meter just went up. It's saying that we'll have bad energy restoration for a little bit. So we'll go ahead and eat up real quick. Oh, that is not the right button. Yeah, I'll eat that. The smoked ham I have is just like a really nice for-use item, because you see these little white dots on here. Those are the usages of the item. And so like this one has 1 left, that has 2 left. I'm sorry about the dogs in the background. I think someone's about to get home, so we might have a little bit of bark in here for a second. And we're going to just try to ignore that as best as we can, hopefully. If it gets real bad, I will go ahead and mute it, and then we'll sit here for a second and just wait for them to stop. Alright, so we've moved up. We've seen an enemy. It says down here, Derwin says, enemy. Hostile. So we've seen him. What we want to do is, so right now I have suppression. For this one, each successful shot prolongs the duration of this. The duration for 8 turns, 3.5 accuracy, -5 cooldowns, 12.5 knockback chance, 7.5 skills energy cost. So that's some good stuff. What I usually do is I'll put that on, if I'm able to, because as you can see, he just hit me with something. Sometimes you're not able to put that on because it takes a turn. Then I'm going to use 3, which is going to be taking aim, which is going to give me an extra 50% accuracy for my shots. Because in this game, since range is so good, they do have kind of a penalty on bows. So most bows, if you'll see here, has like that -47% accuracy. Every single bow you find will have either a 50, 60, or lower accuracy penalty. And you need to have this skill take aim to be able to actually make that a reasonable chance to actually hit. I'm actually a little low on arrows here. I should have put the 20 here, but that's my bad. You can also switch weapons. So like something I didn't really show off is that I have a bow and arrow, but I also have 2 daggers on, which are my dagger skills down here. And in my inventory, see right here, it says switch weapons. You just press W. You have 2 secondary slots you can put in also that are just kind of hidden right now. And I'm not switching just because it'll take a turn for me to switch and I need to kill this guy. So let's try to shoot him. So we'll do take aim, shoot him. He hit us with cursed. Our max health is -11. Fumble chance is +7. Fumble is like you have a chance to just completely mess up your turn and just fumble. And that sucks when that happens. It's a good way to easily die. So let's go here, kill this guy. Shoot him with another arrow, press 3, so we have that extra chance. Shoot him with another arrow. So because of my suppression, it actually has a knockback chance. So right now it's 25% because it stacks for each hit that I'm able to hit on him. And that knockback is huge because it gives me an extra tile to take a turn to shoot another arrow. And once he gets close enough, I'm going to show you. I'll switch to my daggers and then we'll take him out hand-to-hand combat. Oh, I forgot to press 3, and that is exactly why I completely missed that. Okay, so let's actually do 4. 4 is called Distracting Shot. And with this one, well, you can read here, but essentially, I press it. I can choose a tile to back off to. I can't go to these, I think, because it's like out of range, I think. Yeah. But I can get to this one. He'll do an arrow that's -25% accuracy, -25% damage. So it's kind of negligible, but at least it gets you 2 tiles away. And then from that point, you can try and hit him once more. Oh, am I out of arrows? I was like, why can't I do anything? Yes, I am out of arrows. And that does take a turn. If you move something in your inventory or equip something, it takes a turn to do so. So we're going to do 3. Hit him. Okay, so he just tried to hit me. I dodged it, thankfully, because my dodge chance is fairly high. We want to press W to switch weapons. Normally that takes a turn, but I have a skill that allows me to switch to my daggers without taking an extra turn. And then we want to do... So I have my dagger skills here. This one is kind of similar to my suppression, except for daggers. So it gives me 6 turns of extra crit efficiency, body part damage, bleed chance. All this kind of stuff normally is like a little overwhelming. But as you play, it slowly spoon feeds it to you and you get it. But I'm just kind of throwing you guys in so you get a chance to see like a little bit more of what the game has to offer. So I'm going to activate Painful Stab so I can get those extra falling effects. He's going to be able to attack. I dodged, thankfully. Now we're going to do Double Lunge. Actually, no. We're going to do Deadly Trick, which this one allows me to switch places with the guy. He'll be immobilized for 3 turns. He can still attack, but he can't move for 3 turns. So you can actually use that as a way to kind of get away. You also have a 100% dodge chance whenever you activate it. So once you switch places with him, the next attack that hits you will guaranteed miss, which is really nice. So we're going to do that. Deadly Trick. Hit him with it. Smacks him. Which we switch spots now. Let's inspect. He's got 32% of his health. That's not necessarily 32 health. That could be, you know, like however much 30% of whatever his total health was. So don't think in, like, if you think you're, because I've made that mistake before where I was like, oh, I hit him for like 30, he should be dead. And it's like, no, he's got 30%, not 30 health. You know, that's just me being dumb, but I thought I'd say something about it. Okay, so let's do 6 down here, the Double Lunge. This will deliver 2 strikes at 33% damage and 60% bleed chance. If both of them hit, the cooldown is reduced by half, which is super nice, because it means I can use it multiple times, because you're going to be able to hit them multiple times. And having 2 daggers also helps. You can do this skill with just 1 dagger, but with 2 daggers, you're going to get an extra damage. So let's do 6, bust him. And we got a crit on there, so that was 19, and it managed to wipe him out, thankfully. So let's move on here. So as you see, our health down here is at 101 out of 113. If we pull up our character sheet, our right hand and our right hand and right leg are both a little bit hurt. I could apply a healing salve if I had one, which I came into the dungeon without getting any healing items because I'm an idiot, and I've been thinking about talking instead of doing stuff. So this is probably going to be a botched quest, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little indication of what's happening. So moving on here, let's switch back to our bow so we have it. We'll pick up these arrows. See what we got in here. Sarcophagus, nothing special. Nothing special in that one. Oh, nope, nothing in that one. And we got a gold tooth in this one, nice. Okay, so we could break these. It would take an arrow, or I could switch to my daggers and break them. There's sometimes some gold, sometimes some stuff, but I generally try to wait till the end of the dungeon to break stuff, just because it makes a lot of noise and it can attract people towards your position. So you want to kind of take it slow, because I have been ambushed in these things. This is probably the easiest way to die, is just thinking that you're going to be okay, you're trying to heal up, and then boom, some guy pops up out of nowhere, because you can't, if they're behind a corner, like let's say a guy's like behind this corner over here, and he just boom, pops up, I will have no way of knowing until he shows his face, you know. And there's probably ways to fix that with perception checks and all that stuff. You have your little detect trap down here, but I don't know if that helps you find people. So let's keep moving on here, slow and steady. So we got some stuff we can check here. Any loot? Oh, I actually can't get through because this is blocked, so we do have to break some of these. Let's check this one. Nothing. Nothing. And nothing. Okay, let's keep moving on. Switch back to our bow here. Let's go over here. I would love to do a series if this is something that, if this looks cool and you'd like to see more of it on the channel. I'm thinking about setting it up to do a series, or maybe try out the other characters, at least while it's in early access. There's also another game that's in early access called Subnautica Below Zero, which I'm currently playing through, and might do something like that, another similar, like, let's check out. Let's open this up, move in here. Let's move up. Most likely we will not finish this entire mission on this episode, because these can sometimes take like an hour or two. But I want to try and get through as much of it as I can. Okay, so we're starting to get surrounded here. Let me switch to my other weapon. 5. Oh, I forgot. 5's not the one I'm looking for. 7. If you want to switch places with him, let's do 6. Double stab. Keep hitting him. Alright, let's switch to our arrows. Let's do the distracting shot so we can get back a little bit. Then we're going to do suppression, take aim, smack him. 47 crit. Come on, 18. The skeletons take less damage from these kind of stuff, as you would expect. Distracting. Finish him. Oh, thank God. Okay, we were taking some serious damage there. We thankfully got a second wind. Gave us some extra fortitude, extra healing, all that good stuff. We may not be safe, though. Even though it looks like all the enemies are gone, there could be another one hiding in the shadows here, so we need to be cautious. So let's, like, move up here and see if we can maybe hide back over here and heal up. So if you press R, you can go into rest mode, which will heal you up, and it takes a turn per thing you're healing. Plus, as you're in rest mode, your hunger and food will increase, so you will need to make sure not to do that all the time, or if you do, make sure you bring plenty of food and water with you. Ooh, okay, see, that one just popped up on us. We didn't see him until the last second. So let's try and get him. Alright, so let's switch to our other ones. We'll do 7. Mess him up a little bit there. Let's do 6. Double stab. I'm not putting on the extra damage for my thing just because I didn't think that the extra turn would be worth it, but I'm still balancing in my head whether it's worth putting on that extra buffs for each encounter, or if it's better to just kind of take it, you know, play it by ear. Let's make sure, so you always want to make sure you take your arrows, put them in the spots. Right now we have 15 out of the possible 20 we can have. So let's pick this one up, pick these up. Let's see, get this one. You can hold down Alt so you can see all these little extra things here. We're going to pick up these arrows up here. Let's head this way. Okay, nothing going on over here. Let's go down here. What? I didn't want to pick up that bow. Get that trash out of my inventory. You have an extra arrow. Is there any more arrows lying around here? Yes. Okay, let's move along. Let's check these sarcophagi. Is there anything over here? Detect trap just in case, because you can run into bear traps and they'll lock you in place for like 3 turns, I think. So let's go down here and further into the dungeon. Okay, that guy just found me. So we need to do, I think I want to do suppression, take aim. Oh, there's another one. There's that guy. Okay, so I think we can do distracting shot, and I can get myself like maybe over here. This was maybe a mistake. Okay, so we're gonna buff up. Let's actually not do 6. Let's do 7. Switch places with them. Then we'll do 6. Taking a lot of damage here. Taking on 2 at once is never recommended. We may not have a choice here though. So with this, probably gonna die here, which is kind of what I expected going in ill prepared. And also I made kind of a mistake here. I should have taken on the first guy and then try to like retreat upstairs to take on the second guy. But I just went ahead and took them both on because the video is getting a little bit long, honestly. But we're still going to try and survive here. So what we want to do... Let me turn down the volume a little bit because now the music's starting to pop up a little bit. We want to do... How much do you got? 100%! Basically 100%. Okay. We're probably going to die. I'm almost positive. I think maybe I could... No, I definitely can't escape, so... It's really going to be a matter of if my dodge is going to work or not. So let's do... Okay, 7. Switch places. Now we're in bad spots. So let's... Move. Go. Move. Dang it. Okay. And there you go. Just like that, you can get completely destroyed if you make like a poor decision like I did. But yeah, that's Stoneshard. That was about as good as it could have got when it comes to like showing you what you're kind of looking for. I didn't really get to see so much of the people attacking you in the fields and stuff because on the map you can be attacked by bears, wolves. They've been talking about things like trolls, elves, things like that that are probably going to be added in the game later. So I'm really looking forward to when this like really starts opening up. But for now, This has been Stoneshard. I really hope you guys go check it out. It's on Steam, early access. Go send those developers some extra money. Play the game. That way they can start finishing it up. I think you're gonna really enjoy it, even in this like early stage. I'm really enjoying it, and I didn't think I was going to. But you don't have to take my word for it. Go check it out. Anyways, this has been Perturbed Koala, and this is let's check out a new series I'm trying to do. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.